It's a Noble County heavy version of Talk of the Town today, but it's not all Noble County. Joining me on today's show, I have got the one who makes a run at the Noble County Tourism Bureau and Chamber of Commerce. I'm talking about Mr. Alan Fraley. Also from Noble County, we will have the 4-H Extension educator, Sammy Schott, joining us to tell us all about the Noble County Fair this year, and a special treat from Southeastern Med, a guy whose voice you know from ABC News. I'm talking about Mr. Mike McKay. He also, in his real life, does some stuff over at Southeastern Med. So we'll get all the deets about minimally invasive surgery. That's all on this edition of Talk of the Town.
From the U.S. Bank Studios in downtown Cambridge, Ohio, it's Talk of the Town.
Welcome on into a brand new edition of Talk of the Town from the U.S. Bank Studios here in downtown Cambridge. It is your boy, Jeremy Scott, in the captain's seat once again. And not only do we have Adam Green manning the buttons, manning the cameras per usual, he's actually got his right-hand man, Mr. Tyler Anderson, with him today as well. So we can't put the cameras on Tyler because, well, let's face it, Tyler is running said camera, so it would be kind of a selfie with an HD camera, which would just look really weird. So we won't go there, but Tyler, we appreciate you helping out today as well. Folks, I'll tell you, as you can tell by the beginning of this show, when I told you all who's going to be on it, I would say that this show is maybe the most Noble County heavy show that we've ever had. Full of nobility, one might say.
There you go.
Joining me right now, I have got the one who makes a run with the Noble County Chamber of Commerce, Mr. Alan Fraley.
Jeremy, it's good to be here. How are you?
Hey, man, it's really good to see you. And not only is there lots of nobility on today's show, it's full of ABC alums, too.
I know. We've got ABC alums. We've got Noble County. I've got county fair stuff, but I'm not allowed to talk about that.
Okay. You don't want to steal anybody's thunder.
That's for our fair...
Our fair lady.
Royalty. Our fair royalty.
Right.
How's that?
Hey, that's great. But even
She's turning red already.
Well, hey, listen, you have that effect on women and men alike. What can I say, my friend? Hey, listen, I know that even though you're not here to talk about the fair, Noble County Tourism, Noble County Chamber of Commerce, so much going on. What is this press release you have?
Well, here's a press release you don't even have yet.
No.
This is on short notice. August 23rd, next Thursday, Dr. Jacqueline Corsani of Marietta College is coming to our community center. Now, it's a $10 lunch at Subway. They have subs out, and you kind of make it yourself as you go down the line. She has been doing a lot of research in the entrepreneurial mindset of small business owners and rural communities and how it may be a catalyst to overcoming some economic downturns. And it's the idea of having that thought of what's one thing I might be able to do outside of my box, my everyday business box, not entrepreneurial, I'm going to create something out of nothing, but what can I do that's one step beyond what I'm doing, and that could be just enough revenue stream to allow me to hire one more person.
Basically working within my means that I have right in front of me right now, just maybe doing something that I hadn't even thought of.
Taking time to think just one step outside of your everyday box.
Well, we could all use that. I don't care what line of business you're in.
And so I was so glad when Dr. Corsani agreed to come on up. So it's next Thursday, the 23rd, 11:30 is when we start lunch. She'll start speaking at 12 noon. You can get me at Alan@noblecountychamber.com, or you can call the chamber office, 732-7715. That is so we have the right food count for food that day, but it's pay at the door, $10. Just give me a holler if you want to come to that one. Next up, the first ever inaugural, now notice I didn't say first annual.
My man.
Can't do that.
He remembers.
The Black Fork Gravel Grinder Bicycle Race organization is going to do the first ever in the United States Night Rider Gravel Grinder. Right here in AEP land, Brookfield Township, Noble County. It is Saturday night, September 1st, that's Labor Day weekend, 8:30 at night. I'll tell you the route right here is Brookfield Township off of County Road 20, inside of Route 83. This is the first time they've ever tried this, and he actually has the timers that you put on the bike or the bib vest, so it's all electronic timed. So once you go through the starting gate, it's 30 miles, 3 laps, come back through the finish line, the computer picks it up, and there's your exact time.
That's awesome.
You have to have helmets, you have to have lights. They're going to close the side roads. They've got marshals there. This is really fun, and I want you to notice that one of the major sponsors is Lashley Tractor Sales right here in southeastern Ohio. Chris Lashley loves to ride, loves to do the off-road bicycling, and so he jumped on this, really wanted it to come to Noble County, and is a proud sponsor. So if you want to go Knight Rider Gravel Grinder or go to Black Fork Gravel Grinders and get more information, they're signing up now. And that's a Noble County first time ever.
Okay, before we move along, I know that there's another event you want to promote, but
Sure.
really quickly, you kind of piqued my curiosity with that. I love to ride bikes.
Yep.
I love to ride bikes a lot. So if I'm interested in registering for that.
Just go on the website. It's all there. You've got it all. You just need a bike, a helmet, and lights.
You have to provide your own equipment, in other words.
Yes,
All
yes.
right.
This is not rent bicycle, not tricycles. It's okay. You get 2 wheels.
Power wheels okay?
No.
Oh, man. You should see my new car. It basically is one.
30 miles of that.
That's right.
I'm going to go through this real quick. We've got something we're going to do for the first time. We have 3 brand new commissioner candidates on the ballot this fall for county commissioner in Noble County. And so we've decided as a Chamber of Commerce, we're going to do a commissioner candidate forum. Another lunch and learn in September on the 27th. More information to follow, but it's going to be basically 4 questions. They each get 3 minutes to answer each question, and it allows them to get their voice out there in the public.
Absolutely.
That'll be coming up, more time for that. A couple things I really want to talk about. Did he just give me 1 minute?
He gave you 1 minute. That was not the finger that he usually gives
Well,
you.
I'm aware of that. Here you go. We've got this right here. SoCo Festival this year. We are partnering with the Old Iron Power Club to do 2 festivals in one. That's what we're attempting to do this year. We're going to have a lot of fun. All of the stuff that you have from their tractor show, from their ice cream, their single pumps, the popper engines, and all of that. Some wheat threshing usually happens. We have the corn box for the kids to play in. We have a petting zoo. All of SoCo, all of the old fire smoke, the old things, the wood carvers and all of that. September 15th and 16th at the Noble County Fairgrounds.
Alan, so much happening. If anybody needs...
Can I come back?
You may come back.
Okay.
There's always an open invitation to you, my friend. But seriously, if anybody has any questions about what you've got going on, you guys do have a Facebook page. Website.
Visit noblecounty.com, noblecountychamber.com, and don't forget Noble County Fair coming up real soon.
And we'll hear more about that a little bit later on. Hey, Alan
It's
Fraley.
good to be here. Good to see you in the chair.
Hey, pleasure to be here, and you make it so easy to do this. A lot of things happening in Noble County, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be back to hear more about Noble County and some stuff from the medical field right here on Talk of the Town.
Talk of the Town will be right back.
Learning Jungle on Main Street, formerly Main Street School Supply, is located in downtown Cambridge, just west of the courthouse on Wheeling Avenue. They have a huge selection full of educational resources and toys to teach as well as entertain. They feature a large inventory of gifts for children of all ages, and you just have to check out their selection of stuffed animals, puppets, games, and so much more. The Learning Jungle on Main Street, downtown Cambridge, has layaway for your convenience and is the area's only specialty toy store. A world of knowledge is waiting for you at their front door.
The Old Country Loft in Byesville is full of quality country primitives and a whole lot more. Ruth Dixon and her crew bring you the things you need to decorate your home with country charm and warmth. The Old Country Loft, corner of Main and Glass Avenue, Byesville.
Cambridge is more than just a town. This is our home.
Supporting downtown Cambridge means shopping at the places we love with the people we love.
For the stuff we can't get anywhere else.
Food that tastes like home.
And personal service from people who know your name.
The money we spend here will keep our town growing.
Let's all shop small for our town.
The home we love.
And the uniqueness that makes Cambridge
a great place to live, work, and play.
Check out Talk of the Town on Facebook. Go to facebook.com/YRPTV and be sure to subscribe.
Back at Talk of the Town, it's the U.S. Bank Studios, from which this emanates. And of course, it is Jeremy Scott with you. And not only is it Jeremy Scott, it is an extended member of the ABC family. What am I saying extended member of the ABC family for? He is a tried and true tradition when it comes to the ABC family. He has been that for many years. And not only is he representing ABC throughout his daily life, he's also representing Southeastern Med. He is Mike McKay for
ABC News.
My man. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a true pleasure right here. And not only is it Mike McKay, it's Mike McKay and some toys. Mike, what do we have here?
Well, I do this a lot with different types of health fairs and that kind of stuff. Everybody knows about surgery and some of the things we do, but very few people actually get to see the stuff, let alone have their hands on it.
Yeah.
So these are older pieces of equipment that expired and we can't use them any longer. So what I do is I take these and I use them at health fairs so people can actually lay their hands on it and actually see what some of these things are.
Well, and from what you were telling Adam Green, the producer, and me off the air, was that these are all tools that are used for minimally invasive surgery.
Right. Minimally invasive surgery is actually the way it goes. It's been a trend that's been going for many years. In fact, when I started in surgery for some years ago.
When you were an infant.
Yeah, well, no, my mom brought me in. I wasn't allowed to drive in those. I was only 12, you know.
Doogie Howser in the flesh, ladies and gentlemen. Doogie McKay.
But in the older days, I hate to say that, but like, for example, a gallbladder surgery would have an incision probably 4, 5, 6 inches long. Patient would be in the hospital for a week, 10 days, maybe a couple weeks. Now we can do it through incisions that are smaller than an inch in length, and we can see everything we need to see, but we have to have specialized instruments. The minimally invasive surgery has expanded into other areas. It's into GYN type surgery, urology, neurosurgery, even orthopedics is working into the minimally invasive surgery. And why? It's to get the patient out of the hospital the sooner. The sooner you can get out, the best place to recover is at home.
Absolutely.
You don't need to be in the hospital. I mean, of course, there are some instances, but there's always examples of other choices, but you got to be out. You got to get out of the hospital.
Well, the example that you were giving to Adam and me off the air again was gallbladder surgery. That used to take days to recover from in the hospital.
Yes, a lot of pain, a big incision, which led you to chances of infection. And the longer you're in the hospital, again, it's the hospital does everything they can, of course, to keep everything clean, but you got to get away from that environment. Now, that every chance you can get to get a patient up and moving and back to their normal routine is better for everybody. Yeah. So, and that's what a lot of this is.
Yeah, I was going to ask, what are some of these instruments that we have here?
These are, it's kind of a mixture of different things. This is one that we have been doing for a few years now. This is part of a vascular surgery setup. We do procedures for the lower legs primarily out at Southeast Med, and this is actually a stent. This actually goes way out in here is actually one of these little small stents. Now there's different size stents, different lengths, different diameters. This is similar to what you might see in somebody's heart.
Okay.
Again.
And I don't know how much Adam can get up close to that. It kind of looks like a Monopoly thimble, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but again, different sizes, different diameters and lengths. The ones that would be in your leg obviously are going to be much bigger than the ones that would be, say, in your heart. Right. But they are basically deployed through this little catheter. Now, I've had some people kind of freak out on me a little bit because of the length of this, but you have to understand, we put this in a needle incision in your groin, run it down into your leg, and then deploy it. So again, here's the minimally invasive part of it. It's a needle stick. Right. It's a big needle, but it's a needle stick.
Yeah.
And we can do balloon angioplasties, we can do x-ray dye exams, and then we have another machine that actually has a small set of teeth on it and it spins, and we can actually clean the vessel out. So we can clean the vessel out, balloon it and open it up, put a stent in and get out. Now the hard part is after surgery is the patient has to do their part. No smoking, watch their diet, exercise, everything that other than, I don't get but it's hard to do in this day and age.
Sure.
But, but some of the other things that we were talking about again earlier was these are surgical scissors, believe it or not. The one here is a standard pair of surgical scissors we use on many cases. This one is actually a pair of scissors that we use in cataract surgery because we do cataract surgery under a microscope, and even cataract surgery, the incision in the eye has gotten much smaller over the years because the lenses that we use actually fold up, so it changed the size of the incision. Some of the other things that we do in orthopedics has typically always been a large incision procedure, and to a certain degree it still is. This is an example of a total hip. This is a total hip prosthesis, this, and then part of this as well. And what this is this goes again into the femur, into the ball. Hip is basically a ball and socket joint. Big incision, but again, over the years, docs have been able to change the instrumentation, change the implants, and make it smaller. Still a big surgery, but the same way with total knee implants. This is what we call a partial knee replacement, or some people call it a Hemi. I like the Hemi. I'm a 60s kid, so I like the Hemi. This takes out part of the diseased part of the knee joint, leaving the natural part. Another way to do it is to completely remove it, which is what they call a total knee replacement. And what you end up walking on is plastic against metal. Much smoother than the other way. The natural way is once your joints start breaking down, it's basically like sandpaper on top of each other. If you've ever heard of somebody having a fracture, same basic thing here. This can be a bigger surgery. This is a plate. If you've ever wondered what a plate and screw looks like, then maybe for a fracture, there you go.
Wow.
That's basically it. This little fella is actually an artificial blood vessel. If we can use the patient's natural blood vessel, we'll absolutely do that, but there are times we can't. So we have these artificial blood vessels that we can actually do. Again, different sizes, different lengths, different diameters.
It kind of reminds me of the term nanotechnology. If you know the term nanotechnology, it's basically making everything a little bit smaller the more technologically advanced we become.
Yeah.
That's kind of what this reminds me of.
And the whole point is to get the patient well, get them back on their feet, get them out of the hospital, get them back into society, get them back to work, and get them moving again.
Well, with people like Mike McKay manning surgery, that kind of thing, you know that everybody's going to be in good hands. One of the most soothing voices that you could ever hope to listen to. I tell you what, you are like the Bob Ross of medical technology.
Oh, yeah,
I want to thank you so much for coming on, my friend.
Thank you so much.
I always love talking to you. He's Mike McKay. I am Jeremy Scott, and we will be back with more Talk of the Town from the U.S. Bank Studio right here on YRP TV.
Talk of the Town will be right back. Bundy Law Funeral Home has worked since 1924 to earn the confidence of the families they have served and continue their commitment to the community. They offer a complete range of quality services, from funerals to cremation, and honor all faiths and customs. The staff at Bundy Law understands you need to know all the available options to make the right decisions for your family. A price list is available upon request, and they invite your comparisons. You will make the right choice when you choose Bundy Law Funeral Home.
Cambridge is more than just a town. This is our home.
Supporting downtown Cambridge means shopping at the places we love with the people we love.
For the stuff we can't get anywhere else.
Food that tastes like home.
And personal service from people who know your name.
The money we spend here will keep our town growing.
Let's all shop small for our town.
The home we love.
And the uniqueness that makes Cambridge
a great place to live, work, and play.
U.S. Bank is the 5th largest bank in the country, and while being recognized nationally for their strength and stability, they continue to provide hometown service. At U.S. Bank, they provide a variety of products and services for your consumer and small business needs, such as free checking with internet banking, loans and lines of credit, and free financial planning services. At U.S. Bank, they're proud to support the growth and development of their communities by helping local business owners achieve success.
For a show schedule of upcoming guests and to watch past episodes, go to yourradioplace.com.
And we're back at Talk of the Town live from the U.S. Bank Studios. Well, live to tape from the U.S. Bank Studios, I should say. It's Jeremy Scott, and of course, manning the controls, Adam Green, as well as Tyler Anderson. Those guys always doing a bang-up job. Folks, don't forget, if there's ever an episode you want to go back and rewatch, you may do so on our YouTube channel. That is YRP TV. And don't forget about the Talk of the Town Facebook page as well. Well, folks, it's that time of the year once again. Hard to believe, but we are coming up on September, and it is coming so fast. Ladies and gentlemen, here to talk all about the Noble County Fair. Yes, I can't believe that I'm talking about it either. I have got the Noble County 4-H Extension Educator, Miss Sammy Schott.
Hi, Jeremy.
Pleasure to see you.
Thanks for having me.
Hey, my pleasure. And listen, I know that you guys have so much going on. Let's talk about Sale Day, though. I know that's always the big attraction, the huge attraction. When is it, and what can people expect for this year's Sale Day?
Right. So Sale Day is actually September 1st. Our fair runs from August 27th to September 1st. So our sale, kind of wraps up the end of fair. Allows all these kids to sell. We only allow our children to sell 2 animals, unless you have multiple grand reserves. So on September 1st, we'll start at 9:30 with our large animals. 12:30 we'll break for Sale of Champions. So we'll have our grand and reserves and all of our species come and sell. And then we'll continue large animals. At 2:30 we'll start small animals. So we do that separate from our large animals. So there'll be rabbits, chickens, and turkeys down at the small animal barn. And then we'll just keep resuming with our large animal until we're done.
Okay, when we're talking about large animals,
correct?
What are we talking about?
Okay, so our large animals that we sell are goats, lambs, feeder calf heifers and steers, fat steers, dairy beef feeders, and market hogs.
Wow. So you pretty much run the gamut then.
Yes. I mean, it's nonstop all day. We start at 9:30 and we'll probably wrap up around 6:30 with everything.
I know that is one of many things you have going on as the 4-H person down there, because I know Leslie Durrell so very well up here in Guernsey County, so I know how much you have on your plate. Let's talk a little bit about one of the other things that you have going on down there. I know that, KC 105 is always down there. They always broadcast live. Talk a little bit about some of the showing that goes on, too. I know that the kids are showing all kinds of animals all week long.
It is. Like I said, it starts on August 27th. There is no fair admission that day, but we do open the fair up. So we'll have our food vendors up. We do start showing that day with our dog shows. And then we'll go on to Tuesday where we have rabbits, we have goats. We'll have hog showmanship that night. Wednesday morning we start at 8 a.m. bright and early with horses and hogs. We'll have lambs that day, then we'll go into beef showmanship. Thursday's kind of the cattle day, and more of the contest horsing and the roping show. So we'll have feeder calves, we'll have beef breeding, our market steers. Friday, we do our showman a showman. So what that is each county or each species sends their county representatives. So whoever wins overall, and they compete. They show all 8 species. And we have our showman a showman, and that kind of wraps up all of our showing for that day.
So when we're talking about showing, that is not just a one-day thing. That is all week long. Showing happens all week long. Another thing that I know happens up here at the Guernsey County Fair with the 4-H, they actually run one of those concession stands. You guys have one too down there?
We do not have one. We actually let the Caldwell Volunteer Fire Department run a stand, and what we call our band stand is what it used to be, because the Shenandoah Band was in there. So we do not have that with our kids. One thing that we do with our youth is we have our junior fair board.
Okay.
So many talk about their senior fair boards, and our senior fair board's great. They get our facilities ready. They're always there for questioning. But our junior fair board are kids, 12-year-olds to 18-year-olds, and they run all the shows. They do all the announcing. They do all the paperwork. So that's one way that we showcase our youth and we try to get them more involved in the fair is through our junior fair board.
One of the missions of 4-H, I know, is to teach kids it's okay to public speak, because that is such a big fear. It's a fear worse than death in a lot of people.
Yes.
So is part of the fair and part of the public speaking part of the 4-H doing the announcing? Is that one of the goals? Is that one of the reasons you have them do the announcing?
Yes. With Junior Fair Board, everybody has to go through microphone training. So we were preparing for it for our next work night on the 20th. So every kid will have a microphone. We'll give them a show script. They'll read through it. We'll talk about, are you talking too fast? You need to enunciate better. What's going on there? We also have our royalty that this year we're going to encourage them to come up and talk on the microphone, introduce themselves, what position they are, and different things like that. So yes.
Now, when it comes to the royalty, do people get to be repeat kings and queens and whatnot?
So how that works is we have junior princesses, senior princesses, queen, prince, and king. Okay. So once you're the queen and once you're the king, you're done. But if you win junior princess or senior princess, you just can't run the following year, but you have to move up. So, we encourage all the younger ones to keep applying. So the junior princess could end up being our senior princess and then our queen, so they can work their way up that way.
Right, and I would assume, though, for the queen and the king, it's always kind of a bittersweet moment when they have to personally hand the crown to whoever is being crowned, the new queen or the new king.
Yes, and we actually crowned our new royalty at our Caldwell Firemen's Festival. So they're already set in place. They're getting, what shows are they working and going to be helping out with, and their different activities. Our queen actually this year is going to be having a Queen's Corner.
Oh.
So in our Burkett Hall where we have all of our 4-H booths, she is setting activities for each day of the week. I think most of them are at 5 p.m. for an hour. So I know she's handing out popsicles, she's going to have coloring with the queen, she's going to be doing tours. So that's something new and different that we're adding this year.
Well, the temps that we're having, those popsicles are going to be in short supply because people are going to be gobbling those up really quickly, I would have to assume. Is there a website for the Noble County Fair where people can get a schedule of events and all that kind of thing?
Yeah, they can go online to check that out. We also have a Facebook page, our 4-H Facebook page. If they ever have any questions about shows and times, they can call us at the office and talk to myself. Really, anybody in the office is available to answer questions. So 732-5681. Or if they have open class questions, that's run through Senior Fair Board. So their number is 732-5598, and they can help them out with those.
Any information that you need. And, Sammy, I say that part of their public speaking should be doing an interview with Becky Reinhardt.
Oh.
I'm just saying, you should go hit Becky up. Becky's always up for interviewing people.
Usually when they're at the fair, we'll pull some of our junior fair boards and say, hey, go talk to the radio. And they'll be like, me, right now? And we're like, yep, have fun.
That's right. And that's a good way to do it because you don't give them time to get nervous.
Right.
It's like, hey, spur of the moment, go do it.
Go have fun.
Hey, Sammy Schott, you are doing a fantastic job, it sounds like, with the 4-H extension down there in Noble County.
Well,
thank you so much for coming up and telling us all about this. I hope that this is your best fair ever, and I'm sure that it will be this time next year. We're talking to you about the 2019 fair.
Right.
We'll be here before we know it.
It will.
It is Jeremy Scott. We will be back to wrap up Talk of the Town from the U.S. Bank Studio right here on YRP TV.
Talk of the Town will be right back.
Learning Jungle on Main Street, formerly Main Street School Supply, is located in downtown Cambridge, just west of the courthouse on Wheeling Avenue. They have a huge selection full of educational resources and toys to teach as well as entertain. They feature a large inventory of gifts for children of all ages, and you just have to check out their selection of stuffed animals, puppets, games, and so much more. The Learning Jungle on Main Street, downtown Cambridge, has layaway for your convenience and is the area's only specialty toy store. A world of knowledge is waiting for you at their front door. U.S. Bank is the 5th largest bank in the country, and while being recognized nationally for their strength and stability, they continue to provide hometown service. At U.S. Bank, they provide a variety of products and services for your consumer and small business needs, such as free checking with internet banking, loans and lines of credit, and free financial planning services. At U.S. Bank, they're proud to support the growth and development of their communities by helping local business owners achieve success.
Bundy Law Funeral Home has worked since 1924 to earn the confidence of the families they have served and continue their commitment to the community. They offer a complete range of quality services, from funerals to cremation, and honor all faiths and customs. The staff at Bundy Law understands you need to know all the available options to make the right decisions for your family. A price list is available upon request, and they invite your comparisons. You will make the right choice when you choose Bundy Law Funeral Home.
Thanks again to all my guests on this edition of Talk of the Town from the Noble County Chamber of Commerce and Tourism Bureau, Mr. Alan Fraley, the one who makes it run. From 4-H of Noble County, she is the extension educator. She is Sammy Schott, telling us all about the Noble County Fair. And from Southeastern Med, of course, Mr. Mike McKay. Folks, next week, we are 1 week away from high school football starting on Thursday on Nash Icon 107.9. That will be a special game. It'll be Newark Catholic at Maysville. And then on Friday, speaking of Nash Icon, we will have Zanesville at Newark on WYLE-FM and 97.7. It will be Meadowbrook and John Glenn. Don't forget also about BNV's game, 93 BNV on your FM dial, 93.5, Newcomerstown at Barnesville. And also, ladies and gentlemen, Caldwell will be visiting Buckeye Trail on on KC 105. A full slate coming up next week. It's high school football time once again. We're excited about it. For producer Adam Green, I am Jeremy Scott, reminding you to have yourself a fantastic day.